Hi everyone. So by now I hope that you would have watched my top 5 plants for beginners, and featured in that video was the spider plant. So as promised, I'm here to tell you guys a little bit about how to care for your spider plant. Very forgiving, pretty easy to care for, and very easy to propagate as well. So let's dive right into this. So as for lighting requirements for your spider plant, I would say bright and direct light is going to be ideal. These guys are okay with more of a medium light situation or even a moderate amount of direct light as well. That won't be too hard on the spider plant's foliage. For watering, spider plants are pretty drought tolerant. You are going to notice once you let your spider plant dry out pretty well that the foliage is going to get a little on the limp side, and it's also going to go from this kind of brilliant dark green shade to more of like a mint green. It's going to seem a little more transparent, and the foliage is definitely going to change color as well. That will be an indication that it is starting to dry out a little bit too much, and you need to soak that guy pretty well. Pretty easy on the light requirement as well. I haven't had any pests on my spider plants. However, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw any kind of spider mites or anything like that, in which case I would check out my neem oil video on how to use a pest treatment with neem oil. Very easy stuff. I do spray neem oil on my spider plants and they tolerate it pretty well, and it keeps the foliage nice and shiny as well. So because of this large amount of foliage, it would be a wise idea also to maybe bring this guy over to the sink or put him in the shower every once in a while and hose down that foliage so you get all of the dust off of it. That way more sunlight is going to be able to be absorbed through the foliage, and you are going to have a more efficient plant. So the spider plant actually pushes out babies, which is really cool, and I'll show you here. We can take a look at this plant. You can see this big stem here that's coming off of the plant actually has baby plants off of it. So you can see the spider plant will push out these stems with these babies on it, and on the bottom side you'll see roots start to form. I would wait until those roots get, somewhere around ½ an inch long. You can just keep them on there indefinitely, and it won't harm the plant or anything like that. However, whenever it's time to propagate these guys and the root formation is getting a little bit longer, you can just snip this off the plant. You can just pull it off like so, or you can cut it off as well. That would probably be your better option with clean shears. You can go ahead and either stick this guy directly into soil and keep it on the moist side for a few weeks until those roots get established and then back off from the watering, or you can water propagate these as well to let the roots form a little bit, and then you can transplant them into soil. Very easy to propagate. I wouldn't say one way or the other way is better or worse. I've had success with both. So I actually had a huge spider plant that had dozens of babies on it, and I just had a little experiment where I put all of the babies together and shoved it into this glass jar full of water, and you can see I have this huge bundle of spider plant babies with this massive root ball on it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might try to separate it and plant it, but like there's roots all the way up through there, so I might just plant this whole root ball and see what happens. These are like probably 20 babies all put together, just a little experiment. After a certain point, especially spider plants, they're such prolific reproducers that it's kind of like, what do you do with all the babies? I had like a dozen at one time. I just give them away and try to sell some of them too. So very easy to propagate. Your roots will get probably this big. This only took a month or two for the roots and water to get this large. And then I just transplant these into soil, and like I said, keep it a little on the moisture side just until your roots get established, and then you can pull back on watering. Very easy plant to care for, very forgiving as well. I would highly recommend the spider plant to any new beginners or anybody that likes houseplants. You can find a few other varieties as well, like the curly spider plant. The foliage actually just kind of curls around on itself, which is really unique and cool. And you can find some different ones that have different kind of foliage, ones that are more just like a solid dark color, and ones that are more just like a solid lighter color as well. It really varies, but all universally cared for the same way, and they all reproduce the same way and propagate the same way as well. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I will see you in the next one.